2 months ago, I spent 5 hours walking behind a homeless man just to almost end up in a deserted community that I was almost getting the cops being called on me. Before you think it's all bad, wait. Listen up. So I left my house. I was just feeling very adventurous and I was going to walk down the street to just stretch my legs, get some steps in, and to just be surprised. I literally said when I was leaving my house, I want to be surprised today. Okay. So as I was walking down with no direction, I saw this two men were walking behind me. I kind of got a little scared, so I slowed down for them to pass me. Not just scared because they were walking, but they were just constantly stepping behind me, and I didn't like it, so I kind of slowed down. They went ahead, so I decided the smart thing to do in that moment was to just walk behind this man to see where he's gonna go, just because I was bored. As I was walking behind this man, he kept walking down into a very isolated community, and I did not even, I was wondering where is he going. He had a stroller pushing with a lot of stuff in it, so I'm just thinking he's homeless. And he actually said that when he walked past me. He said, "I am homeless, not mad." And I giggled to myself because I'm like, I didn't assume anything. But anyways, I was walking behind him all the way down until I got to a point where I saw the security cameras. They're saying, if you are new to this area, do not enter. We're going to call the cops. And I was like, so I turned back immediately. And as I was going back down the street to continue on my aimless stroll, I saw this lady who thought I was suspicious. So she was just watching me every second. So weird. But she was watching me. Then she came over to me and she said, "Are you lost?" I said, "No." She's like, "I've never seen you around this neighborhood before." And she started to give me directions to some different places, and through that interaction I ended up finding a really amazing park that was gorge. I haven't been there in a while, but it's my regular place when I just need to get out of the house. And I also found this public library where I'm just so obsessed with the ambience and the endless endless titles that they have there, a lot of books. So but this happened 2 months ago, and it completely came out of my mind until today when something happened that really triggered this memory. And I'm going to talk about this event in a sec, but I also wanted to just talk about these two experiences combined kind of really gave me four things that I want to really share with you guys to help you to see through your lens. But I digress. Today, as some of you guys have known who have been watching my channel, I started posting my daily videos around 13 days ago, where I started doing my content daily. Main reason for this was because I wanted to be more consistent in showing up, and I wanted to be more consistent, and then I wanted to show up on my channel a lot more than I was before. And prior to me coming back on YouTube after I took a year off, the main reason why I took that year off is just because, technological issues, moving, transitions, career, a lot of different personal life changes happened. But also, I was kind of just, when I was thinking about coming back, I was very exhausted with the editing process and just everything that I was doing. I was posting here, I was doing other social media platforms, and the editing was just a lot of, mental focus, because knowing myself, when I sit down to do it, I just want everything to be perfect, and that perfectionism takes a lot of time. And it's not that I don't want to put quality work out, but there's also this saying that says done is better than perfect. And that's something that I'm living my life by now, which is why I'm doing these daily uploads where I am minimally editing and I get to practice just being authentic in front of the camera and just speaking and practicing my communication skills and all of that good stuff, right? In this process where I am doing these videos, though, I like to get direct feedback to see what I can improve on. There are some videos that I don't put thumbnails up on just because that day I did not have the capacity to do it, and I did not want to get caught up back into this space where I am focusing on Yes, these are things that are important to get my channel to a certain level, but I didn't want to focus on it to the point where it defeats the purpose of me uploading consistently. I remember there were times when I had recorded videos, and because of the editing, it postponed my upload for like 3 weeks. And when I came across Glow and saw her uploading daily and saw the fact that she was 200 days ahead, I was like, okay, this is exactly what I need, right? Not only does it solve my consistency problem, but it also helps me to feel a little relief. It takes the pressure off, and it kind of, in a way, helps me to feel like accepted to just upload my video without putting captions for everything and jump cutting and all of those things that I would normally do. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna take it on. And when I started asking for feedback from people in my life, and I'm asking like, what's going on, what do you suggest, can I improve to make this experience better? And there were a lot of different suggestions. One of them was, to broaden my reach to different platforms, which I was already doing in my original phase of uploads. And even though I'm taking the same content from my uploads to YouTube to go there, I did not want to get back into the space where I am putting off my uploads because of editing. Of course, for these other platforms, I have to make shorter videos like I would do with my shorts here. And it just feels extremely overwhelming for me. And as I was rationalizing this, I'm like, I want to eventually go on these platforms, but I don't feel like right now I'm there capacity wise. So let me focus on what I'm doing and try to keep my energy managed as much as possible. As I'm thinking about this, I took my phone up, I went over to TikTok, and I searched up Glow's name because I'm following her inspiration to upload my daily videos on YouTube. I want to see what she's doing on TikTok. I want to see what she's doing on TikTok. And I kid you not, as I'm over TikTok searching up Glows, it really just hit me like a realization, just hit me like, man, the same experience that happened 2 months ago where you're following somebody without any direction is just like, not everybody is on the same journey. Like, you can start somewhere, but that does not mean you have to go extremely to the ends of a journey that's not yours, right? And so I want to dissect into the things that I'm going to talk about, which is know where you're going, right? I was following behind this madman. I'm going to interchange between the stories because there are so much relatability between these two stories, even though they happen like months apart. But I did not know where that homeless guy was going, but he knew. And because I was following him, I am going where he's going, almost getting the cops called on me. Not even realizing I'm putting myself in danger just because I'm aimlessly following this man without knowing where he's going, right? Same thing with Glow. Yes, I'm working on my consistency. I'm working on my processes. Yes, for sure. And this is a great way for me to start, but I don't know her goals, her vision, her everything. So I can follow her to the extent where I am serving my community and I am serving myself, but there has to be a level where I'm just like, we're probably not going the same place. So I still have to adjust my methods to suit where I want to go, right? This next one is know why you're going. It's kind of relatable because I know that I'm doing this work on my consistency. I'm also doing this to get my confidence up and practice my communication again, to get more actively back in front of the camera, because I took a year off, and within that time of me not uploading at all, it's really an adjustment to sit back in front of the camera and talk. Like, I'm literally just talking to my family on FaceTimes and my friends and my people on FaceTimes, on video calls, but it's definitely not the same when you're going to put a video out to the public, right? So it does take some practice, it does take some momentum and getting back used to. So all of these things I'm accomplishing in this process, while I'm also serving you guys as my community. So knowing why I'm doing this helps me to know that, I am on my own journey. These are my reasons for why I'm doing this. And we may not have the same reasons, even though we're both doing the same thing, right? This next one is know when the road has ended. I had to turn back when I was following that guy because I saw clearly that I was no longer safe once I got to a certain point. So I had to spin around and go back to where I was going. I had to intuitively think this is where it ends. I can no longer aimlessly follow this man because he seems to be going somewhere that he's comfortable, but I am uncomfortable. I don't know who needs to hear that, but hey. And the same thing with this upload. Yes, I want to eventually go on other platforms and start uploading again. It may not be today. And even if in this example, Glow that I'm following, even if she was uploading on TikTok, maybe she has the capacity for it right now and I just don't. And it would still be okay if I don't, even if she is. Are you catching what I'm dropping? Are you catching what I'm putting down? Because I think it's really important for us to understand that even though we have mentors and we have people that are leading in our lives and that are providing directions, at the end of the day, we still have to be the one that gets the final say. We still have to be the one to know where we're going, why we're going there, and when something no longer satisfies the direction that we're going in. It's our direction, right? And just this little one that really was my mission when I stepped out of my house on that very day 2 months ago. Be open to surprises because life throws them at you so quickly, and if you're not catching them, you're going to think that life is so boring. I don't understand why as adults we've taken up this massive responsibility of just being miserable adults who have no enthusiasm whatsoever, who are so pessimistic, no optimism whatsoever, no joy. And of course, I'm not speaking about everybody, but I work with adults throughout the entire day who are just madly miserable for different reasons. We have different circumstances, some that we don't choose, but perspective is everything. And of course, we grow up now, we have bills, we have a life, we have responsibilities. But if we are choosing how we're going to feel, if we're choosing how we're going to show up, why not choose to show up with joy? I am not always happy-go-lucky. I'm not going to come on here and lie about it. Some days I even make my videos and I feel very low and I look very low too. That's an obvious thing. But it's also like when you cut yourself off from thinking that it's possible for you to achieve great things, it's possible for you to be blown away. Like, I really believe that you're limiting the experiences that you're going to have. I love being blown away. I love being surprised. I love just being swept off my feet, like literally. I sometimes may not show that, but I love it. It's a really great experience. Like, I really desire for every single day of my life to be just a bunch of surprises. I mean, good surprises, I would hope. But nonetheless, if we were able to just predict everything that's happening in life, what boredom would exist? So I just want to challenge you, if you are the person who needed to hear this message, I just want to challenge you to be very reflective. If you're doing something, if you're following an advice or you're following a direction, know where you're going, know why you're doing it, know when the road ends, and be open to surprises. All right, I just wanted to come on here and share that with you guys, and I hope this message serves as whatever you need it to be in your life right now. If it was, please comment below and share this with somebody who could benefit from this information. Subscribe if you have not yet, and like the video as an active way to let me know that, okay, I really did like your message, sis. And join my community if you have not done so already, so we can be surrounded by joyful, ambitious women who are really trying to get their life in order on your wealth journey, your holistic journey, period, just becoming the woman that you want to be. And on that note, I'll see you in my next video tomorrow. Let's go make some mistakes. Bye.